video, I'm going to talk about the 3 golden rules of Excel data structure. So you've worked for hours on your presentation, and then with a few clicks, your sheet looks like this. And you're thinking, oh, it must be my formulas. I've done something wrong with my formulas. But 90% of the time, the results are because of the data structure of your Excel data. So the first rule of data structures is that Excel works better going down. So let's talk about, so if you have a long list of data, put it going down. Think tall, not wide. So in sheet 2, I have, so you're entering the sales for the month, and so you think, oh yeah, I can go account, code, and everything else, and going this way. But then by the time you're entered, you're up at MJQ in the columns, and it does not function well that direction. So the same data can be put in rows instead of columns, and it works much better. So in sheet 1 I have the same data and I have it in rows, and this is far easier to handle than it is when it's going horizontal rather than vertical. The second rule, golden rule of data structures in Excel is forget about the word merge and center. It's like that is one of the biggest problems when you come to data, is that somebody says, oh, you know, this would be better. Now there's nothing in this cell, so why don't I just merge these 2 cells, and it would certainly look better. But you know what? It's not going to look better. It's going to ruin your day and everything else. So now you have the delivery rental, and it's spread across 2 things. But now when you try to sort them, or you try to filter or find something, this is going to be in the middle, and it's going to be great problems. So to save everybody's sanity, forget about the word merge and center, and let's just go back to everything being in each cell. That I run into with data many times is that you need to keep the data types all the same. So for example, this is something that I've run into recently, and it drove me nuts, is that instead of putting the date in here, they don't know what the date is, and so they put TBD for to be determined. And so that works fine, except for when you're trying to figure out durations or start or time, how close the start times are to the finish times and everything else. So if it's, you know, if you don't know the date, just leave it blank. And then it's not trying to subtract a date from a text value. Another thing that I run into quite a bit is in data structures. They say, oh, you know, so for example, in let's put this one in, and let's say it's instead of 35, they go per pound. And once again, you've changed it now. Watch the alignment. The alignment is gone to the left side of the cell, so now it's considered text. So that the 35 per pound might look like it's proper, but if you just put in 35, it will be a lot easier to deal with for the rest of your data. And so the final one is tables. Tables are the answer to a lot of problems. Tables not only make it look good, but it makes your formulas a lot better. You don't have to put in from B whatever. You can put in by code 1 or date or rate in your formulas. It will bring down your formulas when you add new data to the bottom. It will carry on your formatting all the way down. And the famous little two doing it is Control T, and it will create your data into a table. So those are my 3 golden rules for data structure in Excel. Please subscribe.